All right, I think I'm recording now. Let me just make sure, because one thing I hate to do, hi guys, is to talk, and it didn't record a bloody thing. I hate that though. All right, now, this is a part of the exposing series of RIZA, and it's very easy to get entangled in having a pity party for this person, who is a beautiful human being. RIZA is a beautiful human being. I can't take that away. I mean, inside and out. She does have a lot of good points. She's a good daughter. Okay, she seeks the best of the parents. Even though she has a lot of faults as a parent, she does have value as a parent. Okay, I mean it's not complete. There's no spiritual upbringing of the children on her part. You understand what I'm saying? And there's a lot left to be desired. But she's not an evil parent. Okay, she's okay. She's okay. So especially when they're babies. When they're babies, she's gonna feed them, she's gonna burp them, she's gonna change them, she's gonna wash them, she's gonna. Okay, fine. You understand what I'm saying? But the irresponsibility comes, later on also when they could do whatever the hell they want to do and go wherever the hell they want to go. You understand? So I mean, there's a lot left to be desired. But I mean, she's a good daughter, she's a good sister. But now I'm really talking about the wife part. When that's where I come in, because I know the woman. Nobody else does in that sense. Nobody else does. Nobody else knows RIZA like I know RIZA. You understand what I'm saying? I used to sleep with the woman. You understand what I mean? I know the woman intimately. Intimately. We bathed together, we slept together, we made love together, we laughed together, we cried together, we prayed together, we studied the Bible. Not as much as I want, but together. You understand what I'm saying? So I know what I'm talking about. Nobody else does. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody else does. That's the key. You have to remember that. Before I get into all these things, you don't know RIZA like I do. You could say, oh, well, I know RIZA, she couldn't do these things. You do not know her like I do. Now, that wasn't going to be one of the talking points. I got 4 talking points, okay? Condemnation, okay? Volleyball is going to be the first one. That's going to be a trip. You understand what I'm saying? 2 in 1 shot, meaning 250,000 peso, and what was the other one? Just recently 78,000, and another one. I mean, it's just a lot. 38,000. Okay, fine. And I think the other one was I forgot the other one though. But maybe it'll come back to me. Hopefully it'll come back to me. Okay, volleyball is gonna be a trip. That's gonna be a trip. But I has a point, right. Thank God I forgot that one, and bringing up this new one that I didn't even have, on a recorder. And I could go to the recorder and actually and get the digital recorder. I think I can play the cover points. I think so. So I'm not going to be missing out on anything. Because of condemnation, volleyball. 250,000, and then there's another one that I forgot. But you listen. Let me just tell you something out there, and this goes for everyone. I don't care if you knew her longer than me, if you were here in Don Pedro longer than me, or if you used to live here and now you don't anymore, or you live here for your whole life so far, and you know her since she was born. That's insignificant. That doesn't mean nothing. The reason that okay, at that time, especially when she was a child, is not the reason now. Listen, the reason that I knew when I came here is not the same reason that is now. Although she's not really giving me a lot of problem with her mouth now. She goes in, gets her things, for the baby and stuff like that, because she's not living here anymore, and she gets out. When I tell her, I don't even tell her anything anymore. I already did, and I have the videos so she could listen to them, and if she so chooses. That's why I'm doing these videos. Also, it's not only for everybody else to know what's going on. It's for her also to look at it, contemplate on these things, and repent. You understand what I'm saying? But I used to talk to her, and it used to be one answer after another, one sexy answer after another. It's just just going back and forth, talking about volleyball, going back and forth, and it was a very bad argument. Now I get my point across. It's not even an argument anymore. She doesn't really argue too much anymore, so she's almost back to the Riza, at least in that sense, that she was before. In the beginning stage when I came here. And we used to not even argue at the time. I mean, we started really arguing at the time that she became pregnant, and then she stayed with that. She stayed with that sort of attitude, and not only that. Sometimes the attitude that your spouse has rubs off on you. So the attitude that I have, that I can use. I could use a very soft attitude just as much as anybody in the Philippines is soft and quiet and soft spoken. I could be like that. I could be like that. See, the thing is, I could be both. I can be very soft spoken because nobody really knows me except for my wife. She knows that I speak very softly and gently in the house. It's only when she gets me riled up that I don't even scream anymore. But I still argue my point out, and I'm a professional debater. Okay, I know the ropes. I for a living, I not anymore, but I used to debate Jehovah's Witnesses. You understand what I'm saying? So I can handle a debate, an argument, a discussion, campaign, and a debate very well. Thank you. You understand what I mean? But the reason that you used to know way back in Don Pedro, it's not the reason now. She's not a baby. She's not a child. She's not a teenager. She's not a young woman in that aspect of being in her 20s. I saw, General Hospital yesterday, and the difference between, okay, Felicia and Frisco at that time in the 1980s compared to now. I mean, you can't. I mean, how people grow old is amazing. It's scary. Okay? Just the way everybody used to be. Robert Scorpio, Tristan Rogers used to be a hunk of a guy, and now he's just like this senior citizen. It's amazing how people change. Now, not everybody's Dick Clark. That when he was in his 50s and 60s, he looked the same in the American Bandstand that he did in the 1950s or whatever the case may be. You understand what I'm saying? Not everybody is Dick Clark, but then Dick Clark got into trouble also. You can't beat Father Time. You can't beat the clock. You understand what I'm saying? All right, so let's get into the volleyball aspect of it all, okay? Just keep this in mind. You don't know Riza like I know Riza. I know Riza better than anybody. Anyone better than her father, better than her mother, because I know Riza. Adam knew his wife and she conceived. You understand what I'm saying? There's this intimate knowledge that I have that no one else has, except for the people who she slept with. Like Oscar and other people. They have that intimate knowledge of Riza. But I've been with her for almost 5 years, so not that many people, I hope not, have that intimate knowledge of Riza like I do. And I have a knowledge of Riza that no one else has, mixed with the knowledge of the physical in the realm of the spiritual. It's because I know the Bible. I know what makes her tick. I know that she's a sinner. I know why she's a sinner. Okay? I know what's sin and what's not sin. You understand what I mean? So there's this aspect that nobody has on Riza because it's not. They don't link the two because they don't know her the way I do a double fold. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? So this pity party, this nonsense, this disgusting attitude of, oh well, we're not gonna, well, why tell Riza? Come on, man. Remember that before I get into the volleyball aspect of it all. Okay, remember that if you're a Christian person, you are meant to be, okay, not what you think a Christian should be. A Christian causes division just by nature. Jesus said in the Gospel of Luke, I have not come to bring peace upon the earth. No, I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. Now, that's not a physical sword like Islam. You understand what I'm saying? It's not that. It's a spiritual division between two groups of people, the saved and the unsaved, the elect and the non elect, the children of God and the children of the devil. And you, by nature, as a child of God, okay, are meant to be, you understand what I'm saying? Okay, you understand? Salt and light. And when you are salt and light, by nature, you're going to be causing friction. By nature, people are not going to love you. Okay? At least some, anyway. By nature, you're going to cause division. Just by you being who you are. Just by we being who we are. In family, it's going to the mother-in-law against daughter-in-law. So, like that, and on and on and on it goes. The list of the divisions that's going to be in the, and the enemies shall be, your enemy shall be of your own household, Jesus said. You understand what I'm saying? This idea that you don't say nothing and you don't do nothing in Christianity, you think that Christianity is just going hopping on a van and going to church and coming back, and there's no difference in your life, and there's no difference in the way you say things and do things and stuff like that, and what in the content of what you say is foreign from the Bible, foreign. Has nothing to do with Christianity whatsoever. It's just your twisted idea of what Christianity should be. That Christianity is just somebody who's just this mousy, mouse type of person that doesn't say anything, doesn't do anything, doesn't get involved, is timid, scared, soft-spoken all the time. That's not Christianity. You don't see that in the life of the apostles, in the Acts of the Apostles. They turned the world upside down. You understand what I'm saying? They got brought into jail according to the things that they said. Preaching the resurrection of Jesus. The Pharisees didn't want that, especially the Sadducees. They didn't believe in the resurrection. You know what I'm saying? They were persecuted. All right, let's get into the volleyball aspect of it. I mean, come on. Listen. When me and RIZA, I say used to because we don't make love anymore. Okay, so when we used to make love, it's just like playing volleyball, man. What do you mean? It's just like playing volleyball. You ever play volleyball? Somebody throws the ball hits the ball towards you, and then you hit it back, and then they hit it back like that, and it's like playing volleyball. It's just a deal. So I make love to her. I don't like to be the driver. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be, gross or anything like that or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying that me, I don't like to be the driver. I don't like to be on top. I like to be on the bottom because I feel, what I'm feeling. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. But the thing is that one of the reasons that really got me riled up, and you can say, Angelo, what really got you riled up in thinking about the past? Well, it's volleyball. But what do you mean volleyball? Volleyball's nice to play, right? No, not when you're having sex. Come on, man, get with it, Charlie. You understand what I'm saying? Susanna, out there. I don't care what your name is. Listen, if you're a man and you're putting, you're putting your seed, into your wife, it's supposed to be remaining there, not dropping back on you. That's why I call it volleyball. It's ridiculous. So when I'm not a driver. So I mean, so this is the deal. So we finish and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I put what I put in her, and I hope and I pray that stuff stays in her. But no, she gets up, and it goes plop right on my sort of my thigh area. You understand what I mean? Sometimes it falls on my stomach. I know it's gross, but I'm just saying. So that way we won't feel sorry for the dame. Means dame is like old fashioned for lady, you know what I mean, or whatever. Okay, dam in Hebrew means blood, so I don't know if they got it from that. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, I mean, she's the driver, and so she's always the driver, almost. I mean, almost like 99.9% of the time that me and Reza made love, she's the driver. 99.9.999. It's only, maybe 1 out of 5 years, or 1 or 2 times that I was the driver. I don't like being a driver. I don't feel Reza, I don't feel pleasure in being the driver. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be, just trying to talk with it. Listen, one day, I was in school, okay, and I must have been maybe in the eighth or ninth grade, something like that. I think it was the ninth or the 10th, or something like that. And I was very shy, kid, okay, in school. And this lady came from out of nowhere, from the zoo, I think, okay, presenting, turtles and stuff like that. And then she was talking about the anatomy of a turtle and what the turtle does. And then she was getting about the birds and the bees of the turtle. I mean, this is how they make love and stuff like that. And then started chuckling. I started laughing. And then she looks at me and said, well, those are the facts of life. I didn't know what the hell she meant. Those are the facts of life. I got some inkling that that's just the way it is. I think maybe something like that. You know what I'm saying? We're grown up people. Let me see for a second. I always have that highlight. I don't know why. You understand what I'm saying? We're grown up people. We're not children. We're not babies. She used to be the driver, and I wasn't. I mean, I'm not trying to be nasty or disgusting or anything like that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you that this is one of the reasons why I cannot feel sorry for her. And what helps me to maintain the non pity party for Riza is the fact that she went up against God when she was making love to me. Why? Well, there's a condemnation against people who don't want to either give seed or receive seed. You understand what I'm saying? Found and recorded in Genesis chapter 38, verses 9 and 10. I gave her the verses. I gave her the chapter. I gave her the book. That's the last verse of the Bible that we ever read together. It is about the man who used to have sex with this woman, and because he didn't want for her to have any of his kids, okay, and further the line of his brother, because he died, and he took up his sister-in-law, which is legal to do. He didn't want to give forth seed. He didn't want to put the sperm of the seed in her, so he used to spill it on the ground. God killed him for that. God killed him for that. That's a very deep, deep crime. I mean, that's why I don't believe in contraceptives and scumbags and all this other garbage that people use. And, God condemns that in the Bible. So I'm talking about the Bible again. I'm a biblical guy. That's just the deal. Now, if you don't like the Bible, that's your tough luck. Don't even listen to this presentation, because you're not going to agree with me. You're going to agree with Riza because she was small and she was a baby. She was a child. And I used to know Riza, and it's impossible for her to do the things that Angelo's talking about. Okay. Well, then you're hopeless. You're not going to be any use for God if you're going to be a respecter of persons, because God is not a respecter of persons. He says that very clearly in the Bible. There's no respecter of persons with him. That's written and recorded all over the place. And I was hearing it the other day that it is written in Colossians. He's not a respecter of persons. He treats everybody the same, Christian or non-Christian alike. If you sin against God, there's no what? Respecter of persons. Is that clear? So I can't. You can't be saying, oh, well, I know Riza, and Riza can. I don't have anybody in mind in particular. This is a broad statement. Oh, well, I know Riza, and I know that she couldn't do the things that Angelo's talking about. But who cares what you think? I'm the one who went through the torture, physical torture. I'm the one who's going through the stuff, not you. You don't sleep with Riza. You didn't marry Riza. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, I have something on Riza with Riza that nobody else ever had, though, including Oscar. I married her. On the dotted line we signed. You understand what I'm saying? I got the video proof. I got the paperwork. I married the dame. Is that clear? No one else did. No one, obviously, from the family. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? No one outside of the family, even the kids. The kid's father, her first three children's father, didn't marry the dame. Not that I know of, anyway. I did. Okay? Now this is like volleyball. I put in her and then she gives it right back to me. It's like we're playing hot potato, like I said in the other recording. It's like no, I don't want it. You have it. No, I don't want it. You have it. Come on, it's like a game. It's like nursery school. Oh no 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 no! You have it. No 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 no! You have it. Come on, man, get lost with that. It's like playing volleyball. So I'm serving. It's like a tennis match. I'm serving, and I give to her, and she gives it right back to me. What the hell? That's supposed to stay in her as a part of the procreation process in order to conceive and give birth and have a child and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? It's not meant to be a volleyball match, man. That I put in her and then she gives it back to me, and then then I talk to her and then say, well, why'd you put it on me after I put it on you? And then, oh no, I didn't do it, honey. And come on with the garbage. You just plopped all over me, man. I hate that. It's gross too. It's nasty though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you put that stuff in her, and she gets. This is the thing. So this is what I was talking about. That I don't like to be the driver, so you can understand what's happening, or what happened. Happening is a participle. It's a continuous thing. It's not like that. What happened? Okay, that's in the aorist tense in Greek. You understand what I'm saying? So I used to be the passenger, and she used to be the driver. She used to be on the top. I used to be in the bottom because I just feel her differently. I mean, I don't feel the same way. I don't like to be the driver. You know what I mean? So I'm on the bottom. She's on the top. You know what I mean? That was funny, but still. And then when I finish, and then oh honey, I love you, and then the stuff comes out, and then she sometimes she would shake. Like you're shaking chicken like that, like chicken, 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 like you're shaking bacon. Is that what I'm saying? It's like you're shaking something in a pan or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? And she used to shake her rear end. She used to shake her booty back and forth, east to west, south to north. You understand what I'm saying? So that stuff will come out. That stuff will be loose in her. It's a woman's trick. It's a trick. And it's evil. It's evil. I'm just saying. It's an evil trick, man. It's not a good thing to do. I just mentioned Genesis chapter 38, verses 9 and 10. That God condemned the man because he was doing basically the same thing, spilling on the floor so the woman wouldn't conceive. You understand what I mean? That's just the deal. I was going to record this last night, but I was so bloody tired, man. I couldn't even speak. Okay, at least it's in the morning time. And yeah, my back hurts and stuff like that. I'm on a bed right now. And my hand hurts. I'm holding the phone, and all this stuff in my arm hurts, and I gotta clean this house and stuff like that, man. What a drag. But at least I have breakfast and I'm ready to go. You understand what I'm saying? But this idea that so there she goes. She used to shake, so now she knows. I know that trick. So she doesn't. She didn't. Not doesn't, but she doesn't. She didn't shake anymore. She didn't shake. She didn't go like chicka 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 chicka. Like the Hawaiian dancers like that. Like the Hawaiian dancers. Maybe they got that from Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be too funny with that because there was an awful fire in Hawaii and it burnt. I mean, it was really bad. The fire was actually overcoming the people that was running away from the fire, and killed many people. Many people in the Hawaiian island, I forgot the name of the island, were running away from the fire, jumping into the ocean, into the water to get away from the fire. Some of them couldn't do it, and probably some people who couldn't swim went into the water, and then they died. And then they found a lot of bodies, okay, floating in the water, burnt. They found skeletons burnt to a crisp. I mean, paradise became hell. Because Hawaii, and I've never been to Hawaii, but, you see the videos and stuff like that, and the movies and stuff like that, and Hawaii is like paradise on earth, you understand what I'm saying? But listen, if God condemned, okay, you understand what I'm saying, the Garden of Eden, what's Hawaii? Hawaii is nothing compared to the Garden of Eden. The beauty of the Garden of Eden was amazing. It was in its perfection, you understand what I'm saying? Before the fall of Adam. And before the woman got deceived. You understand what I'm saying? First, before the condemnation of Adam, the first Adam, by the way. But getting back to this, she used to shake her rear end violently, like like that, to get that stuff out when she gets up. Now, what she did, not really now, but what she used to do, because like I said before, we don't make love anymore. We made love last month 3 times. It's already the 12th, or something like that, or whatever it is, the 11th, I don't know. And we haven't made, of course, we haven't made love since. And she writes this down. She writes this down just in case she conceives and gets and becomes pregnant, and she knows exactly what the day is when she conceives. So she has a record. She told me she has a record of making love with me. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, be that as it may, it's a smart thing, because then they can trace, when conception took place and how many months are pregnant you are. I'm not saying that she is pregnant; she's not. But I'm just saying that that's what she does. She just writes, and I bet you all women do that. They write when they had sex. Okay, when. All right, now, in the case of some women, they have to dust off the diary. It's so old. Have to dust the diary. They can't even read it. Got to blow some dust off of it. You understand what I'm saying? That's just the deal. But anyway, so the deal is that I used to be the passenger. She used to be the driver. You understand what I'm saying? And I keep on saying now, but I'm gonna use now anyway. But even though it's not now, and now what she does, okay, you know what I mean, and when she used to do, but I'll say now anyway. What the hell? And now when she makes love, right? She doesn't shake anymore because she knows I know the trick, and that's how Sean got conceived. Listen, Sean was conceived and was born because of me catching on to the trick. Okay, he was born in 2022. Anna was born in 2019, 3 years after, almost 3 years after the birth of Anna. She controlled the situation to such a degree that she didn't become pregnant in 3 years. That's sin. That's sin, man. You understand what I'm saying? It is. The body does not belong to the wife, but to the husband. That's what. And the husband's body does not belong to him, but to the wife. Do not defraud one another unless with consent that you agree together. But come back together, okay, that Satan does not tempt your incontinence. You understand what I'm saying? She doesn't call the shots. I keep on telling her that it's not her body, it's mine. And vice versa. You understand what I mean? That's what the Bible says. See, the thing is that some people don't love and read the Bible. And so they do things, they listen to their friends. Oh, well, I know this trick. Maybe you can use it when you're making love to Angelo. Just shake like this, or just get up like that. And then in these little stupid tricks, man, that stop conception. And it's evil in the sight of God. I just gave you Genesis chapter 38, verse 9 and 10. Read it for yourself. Genesis chapter 38, verses 9 and 10. God killed someone because, why? He didn't want to let the woman conceive. Okay? God did it. No one else. All right, so volleyball. So now what she does, I'll say does anyway. Now what she does, she doesn't shake anymore. But what she does, after she knows that I how do you say it, ejaculated? I don't know how you say that. I don't know the terminology. But once she knows that I stuff came out of me and got into her, someone say, put it like that, she gets up immediately and she stands up. And the stuff goes like, falls on me, plop, like that. So it's basically like shaking, but she gets up quick and and then she denies that she does it. Now, if a woman really wanted to conceive after making love, I mean, she'll I mean, if she's the driver, she'll just roll over, okay, spread her legs up on the wall or something like that, and put her in a high position, and make sure that she conceives. Or if she's the passenger, she'll just remain on that back to the bed position, and do the same thing that I'm talking about, putting her legs upwards like that, so that stuff will really go in, and stay in there. You understand what I'm saying? And I forgot to tell you, that's what I finished the deal about Sean. Is just when I caught up to the shaking trick, okay, the shaking trick of Riza, and what I did, I got out of her before she shook, and that's how he was conceived. He wouldn't have been born for another 5 years if I didn't catch up to that trick. It took me 3 years to do it because I'm naive, you know what I mean. I didn't know the trick, but I say, something. She's saying, after we make love, and I know that I put in her, and I know this is not during what's this? What's going on here? Okay, I know that she should have conceived. I know she doesn't have a period. I know the time of conception, more or less in the middle of the month, like the 15th or something like that. There's times that that a woman can conceive. You know what I'm saying? And I notice these times and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. And also, there's like a white cream. Now, I can't see that, but obviously, but they said on YouTube that there's just like this white cream that comes out, that kind of tells you that a woman can become pregnant, like when she sees that whiteness or whatever it is. I'm just saying, it's a chemical thing. And before you're, in the middle of your periods like that, is more or less is like a time gap that you have, like maybe 5 days or 6 days or 7 days or whatever it is to become pregnant, and during that gap period. It's not the whole month that you can become pregnant. You can conceive. So anyway, I know my wife, and I said, well, Mom, she's not conceiving. Every time we're making love, the next day she said, oh, my period came. So I said, wait a minute, there's something wrong in Denmark. I mean, there's something wrong. What's happening? I mean, she should be conceiving, and she's not. Well, what's happening? Well, then, when we make love, there's this extra movement that's not necessary. She used to shake. She don't get no pleasure. And now, sometimes she's a very violent love maker. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, she's just like, she's a very passionate person. You know what I mean? When she's making love, she knows what let's put it like this. Riza knows what she's doing, okay? She's a professional. I hate to put it like that, but she's a professional lovemaker. That's just, she's a machine. I'm just saying. She is a machine making love. She's a machine. I mean, she has to be one of the best in making love in the world. I'm just saying. She knows what she's doing. Now, she doesn't know how to feel a guy, stroke, like like that. But then, but with her body, she makes up for it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be gross. I'm trying to say the deal. Why am I still ticked off a reason? Because it's because of that. It's because there's no excuse. You know that I told you what the Bible says, and now I'm giving you a verse of the Bible. And it took me long enough, but then I caught up to this shaking trick, and then I said, something, next time we're going to make love, I know the trick already. She's shaking, and all this stuff is coming out. She keeps on telling me that the period is coming and stuff like that. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? As soon as I give her seed, I'm going to come out quickly, so she can't shake. And that's what happened, and the rest is history. That's why Sean was born. Sean was born immediately after I did that. Well, not immediately, he was conceived. Immediately after I did that. I mean, she was pregnant like a couple of weeks. She couldn't shake. And she didn't stand up, okay? And the stuff didn't go plop out. You know what I mean? Sean was born. Because God is not going to get frustrated in your tricks. God is not going to get frustrated. That's just the deal. Now, let's talk about the volleyball again. I mean, it's like playing tennis with the woman. I mean, I give her, she gives me back. I mean, it's like playing tennis at Wimbledon or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? It's like the French Open. I mean, I serve and then she gives me back. I mean, come on, what's the deal? It's like volleyball, like I said before. You ever play volleyball and you hit the ball and then it comes right back to you and then you have to hit it again? Well, it's like volleyball, making a local RIZA. I mean, I give it to her and she stands up and it goes plop back to me. And what the hell? You know what I mean? It's like playing patty cake or something like that. Patty cake bakers, man. Come on, man. It's like you like when you're hitting your hands like that and you're playing with your hands with and another person is slapping your hands. You go ba 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 ba. It's just this is Wimbledon. This is tennis. This is it's volleyball. I didn't come to the Philippines to play volleyball, man. That I give to the dame and she gives it right back to me. What the hell? It's like I said. It's like hot potato. Oh, it's too hot. Oh, no, you take it. No, you take it. No, it's yours. That's too hot. No, you take it. Come on. Come on, man. I mean, this is ridiculous, though. You understand what I'm saying? It's just the deal. Now, let's go into the condemnation part. Now, am I condemning RIZA? That's what it means? No. In giving you these messages, okay, you understand what I'm saying? In giving you these messages, I am actually trying to help somebody not to be condemned. Because now you know that what displeases God. If you read, Genesis chapter 38, verses 9 and 10, you know, and I just remember the other thing, by the way, you know that God doesn't like that. And so I'm helping you not to get condemned because you won't shake. You won't plop on your husband and stuff like that if you're the driver and he's the passenger or whatever the case may be. You understand what I'm saying? You won't be playing volleyball. You're not going to be receiving and throwing it back. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Let me talk about the thing that I forgot that I just remembered just now, and it did come to mind. Not the same thing. That's another heading. Not the same thing. Now, what do you mean by not the same thing? You talked about volleyball. You talked about condemnation. What are you talking about now? Well, this is another heading. Not the same thing means in our situation of me and RIZA that when I say something, I should be seeking now, and I'll explain the parameters and the limitations of it, so I could be very crystal clear. It's not the same thing because RIZA she either slept with somebody. I don't have any evidence of that, but she probably slept with somebody. Okay, had sex during our marriage or just before we got married. Okay, remember I was here for about a good 2 weeks and a couple of days. Okay, I came on the 28th, and let me see. I was here for a certain amount of time, okay, before we got married, okay? You know what I'm saying? Now, so she probably slept with somebody before. I spoke about the man who used to come to the log, okay, when we were sitting and said to RIZA, come on, let's go. You know that's an invitation to make love. I used to do that all the time with my wife. Come on, honey, come on, let's go, come on. And she did the same thing at the tree. I'm not a stupid human being. What in the hell were they doing when she got off the tree log to go with the guy and left me hanging, on the tree with other people there that we were talking to and stuff like that? Why did she go with him? That's a bad ops anyway. Even if they didn't do anything, which I doubt, okay? They weren't children, going to play. Why are you getting off of the log and stuff like that and going with a guy? All right, so they did something. They have to have done. It's just like Walter Martin used to speak to a couple or a man, and the man said, and wasn't even close to what I'm talking about. It's even worse, because it's more in position to make love. Oh, well, we're sleeping together, but the thing is that we're not doing anything. Yeah, but Walter Martin, the great preacher that he was, or a Bible teacher, or exposing cults and stuff like that, he said, yeah, but you will. Yeah, but you will. You will do something because you're sleeping together. You will. You're not doing anything now, but you will. And I'll add, I don't even believe that they weren't doing anything. That's garbage. You know, a man and a woman sleeping together in the same bed is not gonna do nothing. Come on, man. Who the hell you think you're fooling? That's just talk. Those are just words. They have doesn't have any backbone or substance to them. You understand what I'm saying? Let me see if I'm highlighting this thing or not, and not. All right. So not the same thing. What does it mean? Well, me seeking someone now to potentially land somebody for the future without any physical contact, okay, without any kissing, without any hugging, without any sex like that, I'm talking about, okay, is not the same thing what Riza did. What Riza did is commit adultery, and she killed the marriage already. She killed it. She killed the marriage already. See, this marriage is dead. Now, does it count? Can we just sleep with somebody right now? Somebody else other than our than the other partner? No. You're still married to. I'm still married to Riza. I just can't have. Listen, I'm alone over here. I can have anyone over here. I'm gonna pay the consequences though. But I can have anyone over here overnight. But that's sin. You still have to respect the marriage and the process, even, while things are getting done. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not the same thing. Me speaking, so in other words, I was asking somebody if she could find somebody for me to speak to. And someone could say, yeah, but isn't that the same thing that you're accusing Riza? No, no, no. Because she committed adultery. She committed adultery physically, okay, with somebody. And not only that, she was texting somebody, okay, for relationship purposes and for money purposes. The marriage is killed already. You understand what I'm saying? And so you have to understand the circumstances. I'm up there in age. Okay? I can't wait for like 3 years to talk to somebody. Look at the circumstances. Also, I can't wait for 3 years to talk to someone. You know what I mean? And say, and to kind of say, I like this person. This person's a potential marriage partner in the future. I'm talking to her. I'm understanding what she likes, what she doesn't like, and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. We're having lunch, or whatever the case may be. I'm not planning to go to the Philippines to make lobsters with somebody, man. I'm over here already, okay, and I didn't even talk to nobody yet. But you have to look at the age of the person. You have to look at the circumstances. Okay? Riza's not here anymore. And there's nothing going on right now, but I mean you have to be flexible in your understanding of things, okay? And yeah, I'll allow that, but there can't be any romance in it. And so when you know that somebody's coming to the Philippines to finally meet the person of their dreams, they're gonna be they're gonna be having sex and making love and stuff like that. That's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. Now that's wrong. You have to wait. That's the thing of my angle. That you have to wait for the process to be complete, and then you can marry the person and make love all you want to. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, me and Riza used to make love 5 times a day. 5 times. The record is 5 times. I counted one day. 5 in one day. Recently, okay, in months and months and months and months, that I can recall, we haven't made a love 5 times a month. I think there's 1 or 2 or 3 years that we haven't made love 5 times a month. Forget about a day, but a month, which is 30 days. So you multiply that. You multiply 5 times 30. Okay, is 150 times we used to make love in one month, and probably it got less than that, like that, and then it's down to from 150 times in 1 month to 2 times. That's bad. That's a drop off of epic proportion. It's like the Price is Right. The guy, the little tiny mountain climber in The Price is Right. And if you're not careful with the prices, he's gonna fall off. Okay, well, we wasn't careful with the prices and it fell off the mountain. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you go over a certain amount of your price, like let's say something is, you say something is $2 and something is $5, well, the guy is probably going to go off the cliff. So that's what happened to us. You see what I'm saying? It was just it's a nice little, I like that game. You keep on, you have to not fall off. So you have, let's say, like 6 things that you have to guess the price of, and you have to be around the range. If you're not around the range, he's going to keep on climbing higher and higher and higher until he stops. Until, and then you have to guess another price, and he has to not go so much high because then he'll fall off. And if you go off, too much, he's going to, continue to climb because you were so bad in your price range of guessing that he's going to go off the mountain and drop down. I mean, so it's just a deal. All right. So that's just the deal. So it's not the same thing. It's not the same one. She did this while nobody was doing nothing. That's like the first time that she broke her oath. Nobody was doing nothing. So she's the one who started the whole thing by being unfaithful, and killing the marriage and whatnot and what have you. And so there was nothing going on. It's virgin soil. You know what I'm saying? When I say, no pun intended, by the way, I mean, nobody was doing nothing. She took it upon herself to start the whole, unfaithfulness deal, and she's not here, and we're gonna get a separation. So why can I have a friend? I'm up there in age. I can't wait for 3 years to talk to somebody. No, no. I can talk to somebody and see, it'll give me a head start, because um, right around the time that we get the separation, well, then we can have plans to make to get married and stuff like that, because we're already talking, and then we know each other and stuff like that. And it doesn't mean you're gonna land somebody quickly. I mean, look at Obe. I mean, he had problem with Tina. He had problem with Rhonda. He had problem with Annalene. He had problem with blah 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 blah. You understand what I'm saying? Don't unsubscribe, by the way, Obey. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Yeah, keep it at 12. You know what I mean? But this idea what I was gonna say, let me get back to what I was saying. And so my roof, so I just heard a noise on my roof, and that doesn't help my mind. I'm getting up there in age. This is the whole thing. This is the whole thing that I'm talking about. Imagine it's going to take about, let's say, 2.5 years for this process to be complete. Okay? And I'm 58 right now. Then you're talking about getting to know somebody at the age of almost 61. And then you have to get to know somebody for about 6 months, and let's say it's almost 62. Come on, man. I mean, that's the circumstances are different for every person. Not everybody is 45, you understand what I mean, or 30, or whatever the case may be. In my situation, it is so wise to speak to someone now, because you could cut time. Yeah, like I said before, I want to have kids. I want to have kids. So a person, let's say I speak to somebody who's 37 years old. Well, then she reaches 40 years old by the time I finish this whole process. There's not a guarantee that I'm going to have kids there, like if she's 37, like, or 38, or whatever the case may be, even though the Philippine women are very vigorous and have, kids well into their 40s. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's the mangoes that they eat, you know what I'm saying? The fruit, I don't know, the bananas, I don't know, the coconuts. I don't know what it is. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm telling you, this is a very interesting thing. So, volleyball, condemnation, and it's not the same thing. Okay, now let's get to the other topic, which is the lesser of the four. I should have said volleyball for the last, because that's just like the funniest thing, I give to her, she gives back to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're playing tennis at the French Open. You know what I'm saying? It's like Roger Nadal or something like that. You know what I mean? I mean, playing against Chris Evert or something like that. You know what I'm saying? A robotic woman. You know what I'm saying? No, no, you have it. No, you have it. No, here, it's like somebody with a bomb. Oh, no, 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 you take it. No, 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 you take it. No, 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 you take it. No, no. And sometimes you can't get rid of a bomb. Just like in a Batman movie. You know? Or you try to put the bomb over here, there are a whole bunch of nuns. You try to put the bomb over there, a whole bunch of ducks in the water. Try to put the bomb over there, and there was a band playing. Yeah. They tried to put the bomb over there and a whole bunch of drunks. And then Robin said after the whole thing, well, why didn't you? They were drunk. So well, why didn't you just throw the bomb in there? Even though they're drunks, they're still people. I mean, Batman is so square. I mean, goodness, just get rid of the damn thing. And they're ducks. Get rid of the. You think that Sean Donnelly, okay, for General Hospital was worried about the seagulls and stuff like that when he got rid of the watch that blew up, that was planted on Frisco Jones? Just throw the damn thing. Or the bomb that went in the Anna Devane's house, and then Robert and Sean was there, and then Sean said, "Just get rid of the thing." He didn't see who was there. Just throw the damn thing, man. And then with ducks in the water, just throw it with the ducks. The bomb. So what? It's just gonna be annihilated. I mean, what's the deal? I mean, what the hell? Just throw the bomb there. But me and Riza was just like playing games. Oh no, you gave it to me. I want to give it back to you. And then I asked her, why you gave it to me? Come on, man, it can't be like that though, man. What the hell? All right, so what's the deal? So what the 250 pesos? Listen, oh man, I thought that your family was so hot. You know what I'm saying? Your sister came over here. She didn't give you a dime. She didn't give you a peso. She gave you nothing. I'm not saying that she didn't give any food, but she didn't give her nothing. Not the money she was hoping. And I said the other day, did your sister give you something? Now you have to understand that Rochi, which actually applied for a loan from Atian. And Atian, if you're out there, I mean, Ruchi is gonna go back and she's gonna make money. She's gonna get paid. But anyway, but those are only for pensioners, though. I think only for pensioners. So she's not a pensioner. So that's a decision that Atiana has to make. I mean, she's not a pensioner yet. You understand what I'm saying? And that's another qualification that she has to meet. I don't know. I don't know. But she has money though. Rochi, or Rochi. I mean, my mother's name used to be Rucci. She passed away, but she went to be with the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? All right. Probably got a new name now. All right. So I said, wait a minute. Romel didn't give you nothing. You said Roche didn't give you nothing. Wait a minute. I thought you had this great family, and then they're always giving you and stuff like that, and I don't give you nothing. Listen, when I got a loan from Atian, man, 51,000 or whatever it was. I mean, I gave you 38,000 pesos for you, so you could be a loaner. And then the first time, the big loan that we got. I'm not talking about the 2,000 for Anna, but the dollars, but the big loan that we got of $5,000. Sorry about that, guys. You understand what I'm saying? 5,000. That's 250,000 pesos. I gave you that. Oh, you mean she didn't give you that? She didn't give you 250,000? How about the 38,000? She didn't give you that? Oh, the 150,000. She didn't give you that. Whatever the case may be that I gave. I mean, I gave her. Listen, with RIZA, I gave her thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in the 5 years that I've been here. Thousands. Collectively, you understand what I mean? You're talking about like 40 or 50,000, I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know. If you're talking about Philippine pesos, you're talking about in the millions. You're talking about in the millions, easily. Maybe 2 million peso I gave her already and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. Because I'm talking about stimulus checks and stuff like that, and the money that I, gave her Western Union from the house. I used to send her money in Western Union from the United States over here before I came here for about 8 months. -1 that I had to buy the plane tickets, and I couldn't give her nothing that month. I had to tell her that I can't give you nothing because I have to buy the plane tickets. And they're hundreds of dollars. You understand what I'm saying? So I couldn't give nothing. I think it was in June or July. Huh? But wait a minute, I thought that Ruchi, was this great. I mean that I don't give you nothing, and your family gives you more. Or what's the deal? I gave you in one shot, and the 78,000 the other day. I didn't give her the whole thing, but I mean I gave her some money from the 78,000. Okay. I gave her, 20,000 for the birthday party in one day. Don't you think that they spent the whole thing? You don't. I know. I guarantee you that the 20 something of the 30,000 that I gave for Sean's birthday, I think it was like 30,000. I guarantee you, not even half of that was spent on the birthday. Not even half. And probably the mother and the mother and daughter combination said, "Wait a minute, let's not spend all of that. Let's pay some bills and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be." Come on, man, that's stupid, man. Okay, we bought our stuff. We bought our spaghetti and chicken and pork. That pork that I didn't even eat, by the way. Chicken that I have very little. Spaghetti I had a lot, but still, the car wasn't for me. We did buy two cakes. Okay, fine. Balloons. Okay, good. A poster, which I have. Okay, fine. But what's the deal? I thought that Richie was gonna give you all this money and stuff like that. She didn't give me a dime. She didn't give me nothing. Not yet. Oh, she didn't give me a why. You know that she brought. She has a lot of money. You know how much money Ruchi made in about 2.5 years. You're talking about over $20,000. I think her salary was like what I receive. You know, every month. You know what I mean? And so she has to have that money someplace in the bank and stuff like that for transfer or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And you reasoning in that? Oh, wait a minute! I thought your family was so this big shot, helping you and all this other. Where is it at? I don't see it. Now it is true that Rocio used to help us with from the Middle East, sending a couple of thousand pesos here and stuff like that for food for the babies and diapers and stuff like that or whatever the case may be. Money, okay, fine, okay, fine and dandy, okay, fine. But I'm just saying. You're saying to me that Romel and Ruchi and Gilbert didn't give you a bloody thing in the last few months? Come on, man. And then you're talking about me, you know? But anyway, with all of the stuff, with all of the evidence, with all of the charges, with all of this, like in a court of law, you can't feel sorry for Riza, though, man. You can't. Now, like when she comes in here, she's sad and this and that. And she's quiet. She's not her bubbly self, laughing and jumping up and down and you know what I mean, and feeling happy and feliz, and stuff like that. She's not her bubbly Riza self. There's two Rizas. This is the moping one, the sad one, and the happy one. I guess everybody has that. You understand what I mean? But she's not. She's not laughing. She's not nothing. She's a very sad individual right now, I guess, because she knows she messed up. You can't do that to a husband. That listen, I'm not gonna say how great I am and stuff like that. That's not me. You know what I mean. So don't get the wrong impression. But I'm just saying you cannot do that to a husband, to a man who happens to be your husband, who did so much to get here and to stay here. You can't do that. You can't listen. You have to appreciate and be thankful for what you got. Okay, not every husband is like Angelo. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that. That's all I'm gonna say. Not every husband is like me, that stays home when he has to stay home and cleans and cleans up after your mess and gets water from a well and takes care of the kids and especially Anna and is faithful and this and that, and is loving and is kind, and I mean is generous, and he gives of his means to you, to the family. It's not everybody's gonna be like that. Not everybody is not gonna, when she doesn't make love to me. If it was another man, that man will be in somebody else's bed the same night. But you don't see nobody in the house over here, and me in nobody else's house. The faithfulness I have with this woman, okay? And nobody's gonna be like that. She knows that. She could get somebody else all she wants to, but it's so what? There's just gonna be a regular guy, right? That's gonna, when she doesn't give him no love and stuff like that, he's gonna leave, for a couple of nights in a row, whatever the case may be, and, have sex with somebody else. I'm just saying. That's how it's going to be. Especially when she don't make no love to the guy. You think that everybody's going to be like me, faithful? Hell no. Hell no. Generous, faithful, helping out the family and stuff like that, when you guys were dirt poor, when you only had Gilbert, okay, working for you guys. Romel was not even in school yet. Benito, I'm not going to count him because he never has a job. Kathy is what her husband is, so I'm not going to count her. You understand what I'm saying? You are what your spouse is. I'm just saying. Romel wasn't working, but sometimes Papa doesn't work. Rucha wasn't working in the Middle East at that time 5 years ago. So there was no income coming in. Only Gilbert's and mine was the income of this family. You know what I'm saying? Risker wasn't working. I don't know if he's working now. I mean, he's making, stuff like that, making huts and stuff like that for Gilligan's Island. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was just a punk kid. He's still a punk kid. Just a punk. He was only like 12 years old or 13 or whatever the case may be. He wasn't working though. So when you have that, man, when you have a husband like that, man, you have to appreciate. You have to appreciate. And yeah, it goes both ways. I have to appreciate Riza's good points better. I understand that. But you can't be unfaithful in a marriage, though, man. You can't. You see, that's what's going to maintain me and not having this pity party for Riza like everybody does. Everybody has this pity party for Riza, and you know something? You know what's hurtful though? Having friends that they don't say nothing to you, that you don't have any accountability, that you can do whatever the hell you want, and your friends are not telling you that you're wrong. Those are not friends. A friend is going to tell you, okay, in your face that you're wrong, and you're accountable to your friends. I'm accountable to Denise. I'm accountable to Gil. I'm accountable to Greg, but he's not around. I'm accountable to Obed, but he's not around. You know? I'm accountable to these people. You know what I mean? You have to be accountable. You just can't, you can't live on an island and do whatever the hell you want to do. It's not like that, though. And the thing is that the cousins of Riza and her friends and stuff like that are giving so much stupid advice. Okay? She hears advice from 100 different people. To do this, to do that, to do this, to do that. And they don't even do it themselves. If Bonnie's advice and everybody's advice is so great, why are they so damn poor? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Why are they so dirt poor? The poorest of the poor, if their advice is so great. Instead of, reading, the book of Proverbs and see what that has to say about wisdom and stuff like that and the application of it, including the fear of the Lord and stuff like that will get you, where you need to go in life and stuff like that. No, you have to listen to Bandi. You have to listen to other people, Mama, Kathy. You understand what I'm saying? They have not done anything in their lives at all. Nothing. And I could mention a whole bunch of other people, but I'm not going to mention them. The advice that she gets stinks. And there's no accountability. So Riza could shoot somebody. And I'm just saying. And nobody's going to say nothing. Nobody's going to say nothing. Nobody's going to say nothing. At all. That's bad, man. I just, to finish. There's hope for everybody. I mean, I just was speaking to somebody, not speaking because it was just text back and forth. My best friend in the whole world, Denise, along with Gil, Gilberto. She came out of this cult. I'm not going to mention the cult's name. She knows if Denise is listening to this, just the cult that she came out of. And man, I had to pull her hair to get her out of this cult. But she had to see it for herself. I mean, I couldn't get her out. I'm saying you cannot follow this guy. And I'm not going to mention his name. She knows who it is. This guy This guy's a criminal, man. And you guys are in the cult, and you guys can't see it because you're following. You're not listening to the evidence, to the proof. You understand what I'm saying? And in the next relationship, let me tell you something. I'm going to when I'm speaking to someone, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna cut things off very quickly if I need to. Okay, I'm not gonna be suffering through another star search. You understand what I'm saying? If I see any, I'm not talking about having an argument or something like that, and then everybody's okay and stuff. I'm not talking about like a little thing, like a little tiny stupid. But if I see anything major, I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm not gonna let it. I'm not gonna give her a chance, like the benefit of the doubt. If I see any cheating, if I see anything that's just anything that smells, I'm gone. I'm out. You just can't say, "Oh, well, that's nothing," and then you marry the person, then you get the same damn thing when you're married to the person. It's not like that though. You understand what I mean? Riza, and I'll let you go with this. Riza, when I was talking to Riza, and I love Riza though. I can't deny it to you. Oh, do you still love Riza? Yeah, yeah. That's the mother of my kids. That's the mother of my kids. Now, when I'm talking to somebody else, this is the thing about Angelo. When I'm talking to somebody else, all the attention, all the attention goes to that other person because that's how I am. I focus so much on the person, the new person, and this has been like this for years. It's 8 o'clock, by the way. That's like the Flintstone horn, to go to work. Okay. I focus so much on the person, so much on the individual, on the new individual, that I forget the previous person. I just forget the person. Unless it comes up in my mind as an example for me to speak about or something like that, or I'm telling somebody what happened, or somebody's asking me about my past relationships and stuff like that, then I'm going to remember to tell. But I'm just saying, during the day, man, I think of no one. I think now because I'm talking to you about them now. But I'm talking about when I exist, when in an everyday fashion. I'm not thinking about no one. And unfortunately, okay, I'm not going to be thinking about Reason the same way, except that she is the mother of my kids. I'm going to be praying for her, and also I'm going to be helping the kids out. I mean, I have to be responsible. I can't be a deadbeat dad. You understand what I'm saying? I have to give them their Pampers and their wipes and their food and their milk and their off lotion and medicine and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? To such a degree that I'm not even eating well right now. I'm not even eating well. I mean, I'm not. Just gotta rearrange things for next month. Make sure that I get more than I got this month. I'll tell you that right now. But that's the deal. That's what's going on. Where you said this is gonna be. I can promise you this. This is the last. This is the last part of the last group of videos that I'm gonna be making because there's nothing else to say. I'm either gonna get okay, go for the separation either on February or June that I finish everything, or December. Either February, June, or December. Okay, I just all there is to it. Now, if Atian tells me, well, you have 150,000 available for you in December or January or whatever the case may be, it could be earlier than that. But the advantage of having it on December is that I can save all the way from July to December. You understand what I'm saying? And start paying in January of 2025. You understand what I mean? That's why I contacted Atian, but she had some sort of emergency that had to do with the hospital. I told her, in some messages, I mean, please let me know what's the difference of loans between getting one in February of 2024 and in June of 2024. What's the difference? Is there any difference? because I want to tell people accurately what I'm gonna do. Well, guys, that's it for now. Okay. Basically, I have a lot of things to do. I'm gonna have like a second breakfast, if you will. Eat some bananas, drink some juice, because I got a lot of cleaning to do, man. So I'm gonna let you guys go. But this is what's going on, and basically that's about it. And there's other headings and other points and stuff like that. But basically, the main reason that I want a separation for Riza is not because she's an evil person. It's just that the trust is gone because she cheated on me. She cheated on me online with Ron, and she probably slept with somebody. And even if she didn't sleep with anybody, I can't trust her because I know that she was talking to Ron and she lied about it. And she knows that she's listening to this. She knows that that's the deal. Okay, there's too much proof to out there for me to know that she was in cahoots with Ron. You understand what I'm saying? Around an 80 or 90-year-old, for God's sakes. I mean, man, you don't have any shame. Goodness gracious. You know, the trust is gone. And the thing is that she don't communicate. This is not communication is not really grounds for separation though, but it's including in the pool of why I need to get somebody different because when we're in the house, man, we don't communicate. We don't talk. So we don't make love anymore. Okay, that's a big, big, big deal. That's a big issue. We don't communicate. So there's not communication physically and verbally or orally, you know, and you know, and there's no trust. And sometimes the way she takes care of the kids or the lack of it is a lot to be desired. I mean, it's not good sometimes, you know. So you have all those things together give me the perfect reason to seek somebody else, man. I mean, it's just no other choice. I think it's better that she just goes her way, you know. God bless her, and then I go my way because she doesn't want any more kids. She's scared to die in the hospital. She's scared to die. She is scared of dying while giving birth. She lost a lot of blood the last time with Sean, and she is scared to die. She's scared. That's all there is to it. Now, she used to say last month, soon, I'll become pregnant soon. Well, what the hell does that mean? So you control what you want to control? You call the shots, even though it says that your body's not your own. Listen, I don't care what you think out there as a woman. You left your rights at the door when you came into Christianity. Your rights is as far as the Bible says you have. Okay? As a woman or a man. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have the rights to call the shots like you want to call them and say, oh, no, this is what I want to do with my body and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm a Christian, but, no, but not. Like, get your butt off the couch and read the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's not the biblical way. You do things God's way or you don't. Well, with that, I'll let you guys go. This is Angelo Quinones, always giving glory to God the Father, to the Lord Jesus Christ, and in the Holy Spirit. You know, and I just implore you, if and this goes under the heading of condemnation and it really means I should have put it like not condemnation, but example that if you have a husband or you have a wife out there, um, treat them with respect and honor. Remember what you were before they came into your life. You understand what I'm saying? Treat them with respect and with honor. You understand what I'm saying? That's just it. So remember, if you're a Christian person, you're a Christian person, and people could give you advice and stuff like that, your friends, your family, and stuff like that. But when it crosses the Bible, when it doesn't jive with the Bible, if it doesn't match okay, what the Bible says to do, then you're not to listen to it. You're not to listen to it. If you want to do something that's against the Bible, you're not to do it. You're not. You're not your own. You're bought with a price. The price of Jesus' blood. You're not your own property. You don't belong to yourself. You belong to Jesus. Says the church of God, the body of Christ. You understand what I'm saying? The church of God in 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 15. The church of the living God. We belong to God. We don't belong to ourselves. Well, I better go, guys. Let me get my magnifying glass over here and conk out. So I gave you everything that I can on RIZA, and you might disagree still, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say. I could have said it differently. I could have said it perfectly. An angel from heaven could have told you, and did it more better than me. I understand that, but I did the best I could. And the personality that God has given me to address things and stuff like that, I gave you the proof. I gave you the facts. I gave you a taped confession of RIZA confessing that she committed adultery. The tapes. You know what I'm saying? The tapes. The tapes. I gave you those. What else you want? I gave you proof. I gave proof to RIZA that she's wrong by quoting Genesis chapter 38, verses 9 and 10. And taking out from her body what I put there in the first place and bringing it back to me. It's not meant to be like that. It's not meant to be a tennis match. Is that what I'm saying? It's not meant to be that I give you and then you give it to me back. We're not in the store. You understand what I'm saying? I give you money and I'm buying something and then you have to give me my change. I don't want my change. When I'm making love to you, I don't want change. I don't want change back. You understand what I'm saying? Keep the change. That's what it is. That's just the deal. Keep the change. That's what we say in America. You understand what I'm saying? When I give change to you, right, that's supposed to give it back to me. We'll make it love. There's no place for that in the Bible. You can't come up with any counseling like that. Let me leave you with Psalm 1. All right? And let's do this. Let's go to Psalm 1. Let's stamp everything, okay, with the scriptures. You understand what I'm saying? Psalm 1. Okay, so there's Colossians over here. Okay, it's just the deal. Let's go to the Old Testament. And it's a quick psalm. It's only 6 verses. Everybody should know this. And let me tell you something. If you don't know it, well, then you're not a serious student of the Word of God. You're not a serious student. Everybody knows what Psalm 1 says and Psalm 23 says. Everybody who's a Christian. Everybody knows Genesis 1:1 and everybody knows John 3:16. If you don't know what I just gave you, you're probably either not a Christian or you're very lukewarm to at best. If you don't know the Bible, you can't call yourself a Christian. You understand what I'm saying? You can't. All right, so let's go to Psalm 1. You understand? And let's read this. We got 6 verses over here. Let's read all of it. You understand? And let's finish this whole deal with RIZA. It says over here, how blessed, okay, is the man, and that means man and woman. How blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel, you see the advice, the counsel of the wicked, ungodly, says another translation, the counsel of the ungodly, the wicked over here, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sit in the seat of scoffers, scorners, those who say, at God. Okay? But look at what this person does. But his delight is in the law of the Lord. And in his law he meditates day and night. That's his pleasure, the Bible, or her pleasure. Now, this is his nature right here, verse 3. He will be like a tree, okay, firmly planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in its season, and its leaf does not wither. And in whatever he does, he prospers. You see? But this is the friends of RIZA right here coming up. Some of them. The wicked are not so, but they are like chaff, which the wind drives away. Therefore, the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the congregation of the righteous. Okay, verse 6. For the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked or the ungodly will perish. You see the difference between the tree and the chaff? You understand what I'm saying? That one is fruitful and one is not. One is planted and one is not. Okay? One is righteous and one is not. One meditates on the law of the Lord and the other one doesn't. One, listen, one walks in the counsel of the ungodly and stands in the way of sinners and sits in the seat of the scorners, and the other one doesn't. Take advice from people like that and sit with people like that, and stand with people like that and sit with people like that. You understand what I mean? It's a stark difference. Reason, if you're out there, you got to make a decision, and people like you. What kind of woman are you going to be? Are you going to be like the woman mentioned and recorded in Proverbs chapter 31, or are you going to be like Jezebel? Which one is it? Pick your choice. What are you going to do? Are you going to be like Delilah, or are you going to be like Sarah? Huh? Are you going to be like Herod's wife, or are you going to be like Rachel, which wasn't really, but still. Which one are you going to be? You going to be like the new Mary Magdalene, or are you going to be like the old one? Pick a choice. Which one are you going to be? Are you going to be the wise virgin, or are you going to be the foolish virgin that Jesus is going to condemn and send to hell when all is said and done? Which one is it? You see, you can which one and complain about Angelo all you want to, but when all is said and done, we're going to be face to face in front of the God that we ignored. When all is said and done, okay, we're going to be in front of God, prosopan, panim and panim, face to face, in front of God. And there ain't nothing in hell that can stop that. As a matter of fact, the forces of hell is trying to speed that up a little bit, though, because he doesn't care. Look what happened in Hawaii. Look what happened in Hawaii. Everybody was running all over the place and stuff like that. The fire was hot on their trail. Some couldn't escape it. Oh, this is paradise. God's not going to touch us. There's nowhere that God cannot reach. I'm just saying. Which one is it going to be? Which one is it going to be? Are you going to be evil like Delilah? Oh, and working with the Philistines and stuff like that? Working with Samson, being Samson's friend, so-called, and working with the devil on the side? Which one is it going to be? It can't be both. You're going to be of the world, or you're going to be of God? Which one? I'm just saying. You can't be both, though, man. You can't call yourself a Christian if you don't even read the Bible. And this goes for everybody out there. Listen, and Martin Lloyd Jones spoke about the paralyzing effect that sin has. Look at the guy is walking. The guy who doesn't do these things, he is walking, standing, and sitting. You see the paralyzing grip that sin has on a person. He's walking, then he's standing, and then he's sitting with these people. It's a paralyzing grip that sin has on a human being. You understand what I'm saying? This guy's not planted by the streams of water. He's not planted down. The difference between a Christian and a non-Christian is that the Christian is like a tree planted by another. You understand what I'm saying? And he gives forth fruit. That's just all there is. And whatever he does prospers. The wicked are not so, but I like to chaff. That's the deal. So what are you going to do? You're going to follow the advice of your stupid friends all the time and your cousins and stuff like that? Stupid because they're not Christian people and they give you stupid advice on what to do or what not to do? Oh, don't have another child, you know what I mean? Because you can't afford another child. We can't really afford it, So, like when you have sex with Angelo or anybody else, just shake and bake, you know what I mean? Just shake it loose or just stand up and play a little tennis with Angelo, a little volleyball. He gave you and you just give it right back. That's ungodly counsel. Right over here, it says record it. Look at it. Look at it. It says over here. Oh, how blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the ungodly, says another translation. It says over here the wicked. He's not taking advice. Doesn't want to hear it. The woman or the man says, listen, no, I don't want to hear anything that goes contrary to God's Bible, contrary to God's word. And he's a discerning person, and she's a discerning a woman. They have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil by being in the Bible, meditating on it day and night. They think on these things day and night. But all people have on during the day is Brigada. I like shows and stuff like that and all this stuff, so I understand that. But that's some people, they don't read the Bible at all, whatsoever, nothing. And so if you ask them what's Genesis, was Juan 3:16 or what's John 3:16, and they call themselves Christians, they don't even know what the greatest verse of the Bible says. The greatest verse of the Bible, they know nothing about it. Can't call themselves a Christian person, though, man. Just because you call yourself a Christian doesn't mean you're a Christian. I could call myself a millionaire. I'm not. I'm a millionaire. But I know I'm really not. There's no proof. So when a person looks at your life, and this is the thing about your search, that when you're searching for a potential partner, you have to come to the conclusion whether she's a Christian or not. And that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm telling everybody out there, if you're not a Christian, man, get off the line. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't care how you look like. I don't care how fat your booty is. I don't care how skinny you are. I don't care. Not interested. Not interested. I'm just not interested. If you're not a Christian person, if you don't like God's word, don't even come near me. I don't want you. Because you're going to give me the same problem that RIZA gave me. So why in God's hell I'm going to get a separation for RIZA if I'm going to be marrying somebody even the same or worse? I'm not going to be spending $150,000 for that, man. What, are you crazy to marry the same kind of person? Oh, but I give you happy money. I give you partners. I give you, Piatto. Come on, man. But you don't give me communication. You don't give me no sex. You don't give me faithfulness, and you're back with my kids sometime. So what the hell? It's like an Indian giver. Come on, man. Shouldn't have said that. That's kind of old, Indian giver, Like you give me I give you something, and you take it back. You know what I'm saying? That's the stop, man. The Philippine culture, especially though, because they are a third world country though, so they're right in it though. But there's a lot of women that are better in the United States also though. They're not seeking other people, okay, in the world for the same reason. They're just bad because they're bad. But this idea that the Philippine culture, man, it has a stigma or a black eye, or because some other people are rotten apples and stuff like that. That has to stop though, man, because God is gonna judge. That's just all there is to it, man. Having a husband on the side and being online, this is what Risa did. Having me, as a husband, and then reaching out for somebody on or a multitude of people on Facebook, probably for a little bit of extra cash. And you think that's okay with God? Come on, man. It's not. It's not. It's not okay with God. You understand what I'm saying? It's not okay. You made your marriage vows forsaking all others. What does that mean? Saying no to others. Not letting anybody intrude in your marriage no matter what's happening. You understand what I'm saying? That's just all there is to it. Well, unfaithfulness kills a marriage, man, because it kills trust. And if you can't trust a person, it's just no longer. There's nothing. It's this, and it's always popping up as an ugly head. The conversation of faithfulness and an argument or whatever the case may be. Somebody could slap you right in the face with it. But what are you gonna say? Because you were unfaithful, and you were unfaithful with a whole bunch of people. Not only Ron. A godly woman listens to the advice of her husband more than the advice of somebody else. Because she knows that the husband is the priest of the household. The husband plays a specific role in the marriage. He's playing the part of the Lord Jesus Christ in the marriage. The wife is playing the part of the believer in the marriage. I'm just saying. Everybody got to know their place. Everybody got to know their roles. When you step out of your role and take more authority than you have, then you get into trouble. Then you get everything into trouble. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just not the way. There's a specific way that's recorded here in the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? And the true Christian person loves it to be so. For his commandments are not burdensome, because he who was born of God overcomes the world. That's just the deal. So if you're really a Christian person out there, a Christian woman, a Christian man, you understand what I'm saying? You wanna please God because you love God. And you don't want to hurt God by doing something that's wrong. You wanna do the best to please the one you love. Don't say that you love Jesus if you're not living according to his word. You don't love Jesus. How can you love him and not keep? If you love me, Jesus said, keep my commandments. If you love me, why do you call me Lord, Lord, and not do what I say? Luke chapter 6, verse 46. Many on that day will say, Lord, Lord, didn't I do this? Didn't I do that? And stuff like that. He's going to say, get out. I never knew you. Depart from me, you worker of iniquity. I didn't even know you. That's a sad thing. It's a sad thing to fall in the hands of the living God. Our God is a consuming fire. Well, guys, you know something? That's it for me, man. I can't say nothing else about the situation with Riza, which could be different. But there, miracles can happen. Miracles can happen. But I really desire a separation because I cannot trust her anymore. And when you don't have any intimacy, any trust, any communication in the marriage, you don't have a marriage. There's nothing anymore. There's nothing anymore. Because you don't bring me flowers anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Like you used to. I don't talk about physically. I'm talking about metaphorically. You don't give me flowers anymore. Neil Diamond, Barbara Streisand or what? I don't know. Barbara. Who sung it with Neil Diamond? Um, Barbara Streisand. I don't know, but I know Neil Diamond was one of the singers. You don't give me flowers anymore. You used to do this. You used to do that, and now you don't do it anymore. It's a darn shame. It's a shame. If our marriage ends, it's a shame that it's going to end like that. Because I thought our marriage was going to last for years, man. I thought our marriage was going to last for like until I'm very, very old. I'm old already, but I'm talking about, if I reach like 90, I thought it was going to, it was going to end up like me being 91 and Risa being 70, you know. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was going to be something like that, But, you know. I was gonna say la vie. That's life. That's too cavalier. That's too lazy. And the sad thing when there's kids involved, man, it's a sad state of affair. Man, it's just sad. It's sad, especially when you have a special child. They have to take care of what kid loves. You know what I'm saying? Be special, give her special attention, special love, special care. Have to be there. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I'm trying to still in Rita to do that, man. You're not 12 years old and you get to talk wherever you want to talk and leave the baby alone. Now, she's not doing that now. But I had to fight like hell. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? To get that into her, to instill that into that you cannot do whatever the hell you want to do when you have a special child. Especially when you have a 1-year-old hanging around and stuff like that and putting things in his mouth. And the other day he had a Q-tip in his mouth. And the other day he had 3 nails in his hand. And Risa think I saw it and, I took him away. There's no time to leave babies and stuff like that in the house by themselves, man. There's no time for that. You have to grow up. You understand what I'm saying? There's no time. You're not 12 years old. You're not a teenager. Even with a teenager can't do that. Okay, with their kid brothers and sisters and stuff like that, and not leave them like that and leave them all over the place or whatever. It has to be, giving attention to the kids and stuff. Not even a teenager can do that. You can't be irresponsible. Can't be irresponsible with your husband. You understand what I'm saying? Or if you're a guy out there with your wife, because God made Adam and Eve and not Adam and Steve. You understand what I'm saying? You can't be irresponsible. And you have to have accountability. You're accountable to God. But people have to understand that they have to be in the life of Risa to give her advice even though she doesn't like it. And she has to receive that advice if it's good advice. Instead of hearing bad counsel, she should be hearing Christian people, going to church. There's no excuse because she knows she knows where the churches are. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. If you're not a Christian out there, it's time for you to tell God that you have been an awful and miserable sinner. You've been a worm. You've been less than a human being. You have not thought of him. You have not thought of his word. You have not thought of his kirk, the church. You understand what I'm saying? You have thought of your own stupid, you know, schemes, how to get rich and how to do this and how to do that, and a life without God. That's to stop. You have to tell God that you have been a miserable worm of a sinner. And you have to tell him that before it's too late. You understand what I'm saying? Because it was too late for a lot of people in Hawaii running away from the fire overtook them. It was too late to call upon the name of the Lord right then and there when it happened. You have your chance now. Now is the accepted day. Now is the accepted time. Now is the day of salvation. How shall you escape if you neglect so great salvation? If you call upon the name of the Lord, you shall be saved. And you know something? Why I have a good conscience with RIZA? I'll tell you that. And this is the last I promise I'm going to say. Last thing. You know why I have a good conscience with RIZA? You know why? Because I gave her the gospel. If she's in heaven one day, and I said this once before or twice or whatever the case may be, if she's in heaven one day, she owes, of course she owes, the Trinity. I mean, she owes, Jesus, including, dying for her and paying for her salvation and justifying her by his bodily resurrection from the dead. I understand that. But in the secondary sense, she owes me because I gave her the message that saved her soul. Saving them, plucking out of the fire, hating the garments even spotted by the flesh. You understand what I'm saying? What Jude says. You pluck them out of the fire. Take them out of the fire. And that's what God has me here for. God has me here, brought me here to tell RIZA that she's on her way to hell. And I did that. And we sat in the kitchen and we prayed and she cried out to God for forgiveness. And I expect to see RIZA in heaven. I expect to see RIZA in heaven. Because she called upon the name of the Lord. And the Bible says in Joel chapter 2, Acts chapter 2, and in Romans chapter 10, whosoever calls upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. That's a guarantee. And at least I could say that you know something? No one taught this girl the way of salvation. No, her parents, her brothers, her sister, her uncles, her grandparents, her kids, her friends, her cousins, no, her co-workers, or whatever the case may be, her ex. No one shared with that dear woman RIZA Tapayat. Now, can you understand? You understand what I'm saying? The way of salvation, the way to become saved. No one except for me. So if that woman, okay, if that woman, it's not if, when that woman passes away one day and goes to the presence of God, she has no excuse because someone told her. But if she did call upon the name of the Lord, she's saved, and she owes me everything. She owes me her life. She owes me her allegiance. She owes me her respect. Because I gave her the most precious gift in the world, even above her children that I gave her. Under God. You know what I mean? Because he's the first giver. I gave her the message that saved her soul from going to hell. And not only that, from not having a relationship with God here upon earth. The fullness of the Christian life can be experienced here upon earth. We don't have to wait to go to heaven to find happiness in God. We can have it here. You understand what I'm saying? The chief end of man is to glorify God and to enjoy Him forever. That's the chief end of man. That's the chief end of man. Is to enjoy, is to glorify God and to enjoy Him forever. That's just the deal. And that's the deal all across the board. And don't ever forget it. Then nothing less than that is Christianity. And if you haven't been living like that, it's time that you get up and start walking with God while it is yet day, while you still have time. Because the older you get, time is not on your side. Time becomes your mortal enemy. Which one is it going to be? Is it going to be heaven or hell? God or the devil? Which one is it going to be?